Have you ever heard the phrase Pandora's Box? One small action, a trembling hand, a lid slightly lifted, and from within the whole world was changed forever. In the vast treasury of Greek mythology, the tale of Pandora is not just an ancient legend. It has become a timeless symbol. From this story, humankind inherited suffering, disease, betrayal, war, and despair. And yet, curiously, one single thing remained inside the box, a gift that allowed us to endure. That gift was hope. Today, we will explore: who was Pandora? Why did Zeus send her into the world? What exactly lay inside that mysterious box? And why, after thousands of years, does this story still resonate as a warning to us all? Before we begin, if you enjoy fascinating and meaningful myths, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss the next legendary tale. To understand Pandora, we must begin with Prometheus. His name in Greek means the one who foresees. He was a titan, belonging to the race of giants older than Zeus himself. Unlike many of the gods who were distant and aloof, Prometheus had a deep affection for humankind. When humans trembled in the darkness, knowing nothing of fire, no warmth, no tools, Prometheus saw in them a spark of potential. And defying the will of Zeus, the almighty ruler of Olympus, he stole the divine fire and gave it to mankind. For us today, fire is common, but then it was the turning point of civilization. Humans began to cook their food, forge tools, craft weapons, and with fire, they stepped onto the long path toward progress. But such a gift was also a grave insult to Zeus. To him, this was an act of rebellion, and so he declared, mankind must be punished. Zeus did not unleash his wrath with thunderbolts or storms. Instead, he devised a subtler, more enduring punishment. He summoned the gods and commanded Hephaestus, the divine blacksmith, to mold a being from clay. Not an ordinary mortal, but the first woman ever created. When her form was complete, each god bestowed upon her a gift. Aphrodite granted her irresistible beauty. Hermes gave her eloquence and a cunning sense of curiosity. Athena taught her the skills of craft and artistry. Hera gave her the desire to love, along with jealousy. And Zeus, the king of gods, gave her a gift both precious and dangerous, a sealed jar later called a box. Her name was Pandora, meaning the one who is given all gifts. She was not merely a woman, but a living part of Zeus's plan. Along with the jar, she was sent into the world of men. When Pandora walked among mortals, her presence transformed their lives. Men marveled at her grace and beauty, yet always at her side lay the mysterious jar. Zeus had warned her sternly, never open it. But who can resist curiosity, especially when curiosity itself was woven into her very soul? Day after day, Pandora struggled with temptation. She touched the jar, caressed its surface, heard whispers that seemed to echo from within, until one fateful day, she could no longer resist. With trembling hands, she lifted the lid, and in that instant, a dark, swirling cloud burst forth, rushing into the world like a storm. From the jar spilled countless horrors: disease, death, betrayal, greed, war, envy, despair. They swept across the earth like a plague of black birds, sinking their claws into humankind. Pandora screamed and desperately tried to close the jar, but it was too late. The evils of the world had been unleashed. Amidst the chaos, Pandora heard a faint sound still within the jar. Carefully, she lifted the lid once more. This time, a soft, golden light emerged. It was Hope Elpis. Not a mighty god, not a weapon, but a gentle, fragile light. Yet it was enough. Hope remained with mankind so that even as they suffered, they would still find reason to rise again. Without hope, humanity might have perished in despair. But because of hope, they endured, they built, they loved, and they survived. From that moment onward, mankind lived in a dual world, one filled with suffering and sorrow, yet also guided by the faint light of hope. Each generation, each civilization, retold the story of Pandora as both an explanation and a warning. The tale reminds us, while suffering is inevitable, hope is the greatest gift left to us. It is the second fire after Prometheus that lights humanity's path. Pandora's myth is more than a tale. It is a symbol that has shaped culture, philosophy, and even language. Curiosity and consequence. Pandora opened the jar out of curiosity, and the world paid the price. The story warns of the weight of choices. The origin of evil and suffering. Ancient Greeks explained the presence of evil, disease, and death through Pandora's act. Hope as the last light. What remained was not power or wealth, but hope. This reflects a profound truth. Humanity cannot survive without it. Cultural legacy. Today, the phrase "to open Pandora's box" means to unleash unforeseen consequences from a small action. It has entered our language, literature, art, films, and philosophy. Pandora's box, a myth from thousands of years ago, still speaks to us today. It reminds us that in every darkness there is always a light. In every struggle there is always hope. Perhaps the greatest lesson is this: humans are not merely victims of suffering. We are beings who rise, who endure, who cling to hope, and who continue writing our story. So let me ask you, if you were Pandora, would you open the box? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again as we uncover more timeless myths from around the world.